I'd already been diagnosed with post-traumatic stress disorder. And
Soldiers sent to war by the U.S. government tell their stories on the steps of Congress. But before their message could be delivered, they're forced away by police, who threatened to arrest them because they didn't have the right permit.
Being deployed to Afghanistan.
They came here to urge the government to stop redeploying traumatized soldiers to combat zones. A practice they say is widespread and has serious consequences on the front lines and at home. Ethan McCord served in Iraq in 2007.
Bushmaster 7, roger.
He was captured in this video released by WikiLeaks earlier this year, which shows him rescuing 2 Iraqi children after a U.S. airstrike hit their van, killing their father.
Oh yeah, look at that, right through the windshield.
He says he still bears the physical and emotional scars of his experience.
Soldiers are all too often seen as machines, and we're not machines, we're humans. And we have emotions and we have feelings, and we also have the basic human right to heal.
It's a sensitive topic for the military right now, as 5 soldiers at Fort Lewis, Washington are being tried for killing Afghan civilians.
You get the order to kill the guy.
At the time of the alleged murders, specialist Jeremy Murlock, whose video confession was leaked to the press, was on a cocktail of prescription drugs for traumatic brain injury.
This is what happens when you take traumatized soldiers who have been on multiple deployments and send them to Afghanistan, send them to the same environment that traumatized them to begin with, and you place them on psychotropic drugs, and then you hand a weapon to them and turn them loose on the streets. What did you expect to happen?
The day began at Walter Reed Army Medical Center, where thousands of soldiers have returned from the war to be treated for their wounds.
Left face.
With almost military precision, veterans ceremoniously placed 9 yellow roses, 1 for each year of the war in Afghanistan, near the hospital's front gate. And then, with less than 2 dozen, the ad hoc unit marched 6 miles to Capitol Hill. Other than a handful of reporters, no one else attended or seemed to notice.
It's tragic that we don't have 100,000 or 500,000 or 1 million people out here protesting on this 9th year anniversary.
As they try to convince Congress to stop sending traumatized soldiers to war, these veterans will tell you that their real mission is actually much larger. They say that so many troops are traumatized that if the Pentagon stopped sending them to Iraq and Afghanistan, the U.S. would be forced to fight a war without soldiers. Josh Rushing, Al Jazeera, Washington.